t-shirt sold for £65 failed a durability test against a shirt that cost £6. Not 600, not 60, £6. The fashion industry has spent decades perfecting something that has nothing to do with your t-shirt lasting longer. It has perfected the appearance of quality, the photography, the packaging, the price tag, 7 brands, 7 verdicts, and at the end of this video, the 5-second test that tells you more about a t-shirt than the label, the price, or the campaign will ever tell you. Stay until the end, because the test alone will save you money every time you shop. The frame. Before we begin, a word on what this video is and what it is not. This is not a claim that every t-shirt from every brand on this list will fail. Large fashion companies use different factories, different suppliers, different fabric grades across different collections. One shirt may last years. Another from the same brand may not survive a month. What this video is an investigation into the gap. The gap between how premium a brand positions itself and how consistently it delivers on that positioning. Because a t-shirt that costs £65 should not need to be inspected like a piece of market produce before you trust it. It should simply be what it says it is. Most of the brands on this list are not that. And after this video, you will know exactly why. Brand 7. H&M. The Quality Lottery. H&M is not the worst brand on this list. Some of its basic t-shirts represent reasonable value. The problem is not the product. The problem is the unpredictability. A recent test of men's t-shirts rated H&M's regular fit option reasonably, but also identified thinner material and some shrinkage. That makes H&M less of a guaranteed failure and more of a lottery. You might win, you might not. And at the price H&M charges for its premium ranges, a lottery is not good enough. The warning sign to look for: hold the fabric towards a light source before buying. If your hand is clearly visible through a shirt that is supposed to be an everyday staple. The material is too light for what the label is claiming. H&M can be a reasonable purchase, but it requires inspection. And a product that requires inspection to justify its price is not delivering the premium experience it promises. Brand 6. Forever 21. Forever 21, speed before substance. Forever 21 built its identity around speed, trend, and price. Its stores became famous for capturing exactly what was popular at that exact moment. But speed as a priority has a cost, and that cost shows up in the product. Customer feedback on Forever 21 is consistently unpredictable. Strange sizing, snagging, garments that did not match what was shown online. The brand's American retail operation entered bankruptcy protection again in 2025, struggling against cheaper, faster online competition. The warning sign specific to Forever 21 is the print. A large rubbery graphic can make a plain shirt look expensive, but bend the printed section gently before buying. If it immediately shows tiny cracks or feels like a thick plastic sheet sitting on the fabric, repeated washing will expose that weakness very quickly. Forever 21 is a cautionary tale about what happens when trend chasing becomes impossible to sustain. The brand survived. The quality standard did not. Brand 5. Osos Design. Osos Design. The photography is the product. Osos is exceptional at one thing: presentation, clean models, modern styling, flattering lighting, carefully selected outfits that make an inexpensive shirt appear far more luxurious than it actually is. The problem is that ASOS Design, the company's own label, sits inside a vast marketplace containing hundreds of external brands. That complexity makes consistency almost impossible. Customer feedback describes ASOS product quality as highly variable, with complaints covering materials, sizing, and products that arrived looking nothing like the photograph. The rule for ASOS: never judge by the studio image. Find the customer photographs, Look at them in natural lighting. Check whether the neckline lies flat. Check whether the sleeves twist. Check whether the hem runs straight. ASOS can produce attractive shirts, but buying without that level of scrutiny turns a premium-looking purchase into an expensive return. Brand 4. Pretty Little Thing. Pretty Little Thing. A luxury rebrand without the luxury product. Pretty Little Thing is one of the most interesting case studies on this list because it has actively tried to leave its fast fashion identity behind. The bright pink is gone. The aesthetic is now muted tones, elegant locations, quiet luxury references. The message is clear. This is supposed to be a more elevated brand. Vogue covered the repositioning and found reactions divided. Some customers felt individual pieces had improved. Others said the quality had not moved enough to justify higher prices. Pretty Little Thing says it has continued investing in design and construction. The lesson is the most important one in this video. Branding and construction are two completely separate things. A stately home in the background does not improve the stitching. Elegant typography does not reinforce a seam. The test? Turn the shirt inside out. If the seams look loose, the thread is already hanging, or the stitching changes direction. The advertisement will not protect the garment inside your washing machine. Brand 3. Boohoo Man. The discount is part of the deception. Boohoo Man knows exactly what younger male shoppers respond to. Oversized silhouettes, gym-inspired fits, streetwear graphics, and aggressive discounts that create the feeling of receiving something worth far more than you paid. That feeling is engineered. When a website tells you a shirt has dropped from 40 pounds to 12, it creates the psychological impression that you are receiving a 40-pound product. But the original price does not prove the garment was ever constructed like a 40-pound shirt. Recurring reviews raise concerns about inconsistent sizing, items not matching descriptions, and disappointing quality. The discount is the product. The shirt is incidental. The specific test for oversized t-shirts: pull the neckline gently and release it. The body can be deliberately loose. That is a design choice. But the collar should begin recovering immediately. If it remains widened or ripples, that is not a design choice. That is a quality failure. Brand 2. Zara Zara. The most premium-looking fast fashion brand in the world. Zara may be the most important brand on this list. Not because it is the worst, but because it is the most convincing. Its stores are polished. Its campaigns feel editorial. Its color palettes are controlled and precise. Many of its basic shirts resemble products from brands charging twice the price. Zara has mastered the visual and atmospheric language of premium fashion better than almost any other brand at its price point. And that mastery is exactly the problem. Zara is still a fast fashion operation at its core. Its entire competitive advantage is speed, identifying trends, producing them faster than anyone else, getting them into stores before the moment passes. Speed and meticulous quality control are not natural partners. Consistent customer complaints describe shrinkage, side seams that twist after washing, and color fading that happens faster than the price suggests it should. The question to ask before buying any Zara t-shirt: what exactly am I paying for? If the honest answer is the aesthetic and the store environment rather than the construction, the shirt will tell you the truth after the third wash. Brand 1. Shine Shane. The widest gap between image and reality in fashion. No brand on this list has built a wider gap between how a product appears and what it actually is than Shine. Shine's photographs are engineered to make every trend feel affordable and immediately desirable. The prices are low enough to reduce hesitation. The constant discounts encourage one more item, then another. The reality was examined directly by The Guardian, which commissioned a fashion technology lecturer to inspect garments purchased from Shein and Temu. The findings included unstable materials, mismatched seams, raw edges, and cheaply executed finishing. Interestingly, a white Shein t-shirt in that particular test performed better than some of the other items, which is the most honest thing you can say about Shein. Some products survive, many do not. And the customer has almost no way of knowing which they are ordering until the package arrives. In 2025, new US tariffs targeting the de minimis loophole that Shein relied on to ship duty-free began pushing prices upward. The $6 dress became a $9 dress. The model that built a valuation of $66 billion is under pressure from every direction. Tariffs, regulatory scrutiny, a failed London IPO. The lesson from Shein is the same as every other brand on this list. An $8 shirt is not a $70 shirt simply because it was photographed beside a luxury handbag. Judge the product, not the campaign, not the price drop, not the viral haul video. The product. The 5-second test. Here is the 5-second test I promised at the beginning. You can do this in any store in under 30 seconds, before you spend a single pound. Step 1. Stretch the collar gently and release it. A quality collar begins returning to its original shape almost immediately. A weak collar stays widened. It ripples. It does not recover. What you are seeing is not just the collar. It is the elasticity of every seam in that garment. Step 2. Hold the shirt towards any light source. Lightweight fabric is not automatically poor quality, but unevenly thin areas reveal inconsistent material. If your hand is clearly visible through a fabric that is supposed to be an everyday t-shirt, the brand has sold you a promise the product cannot keep. Step 3. Turn the shirt inside out. Look at the stitching. It should be straight, even, and consistent. Loose threads at this stage are an early warning. The shirt has not even been washed yet. Step 4. Check the side seams. They should run straight downward. If they are already beginning to spiral toward the front or the back of the shirt, that spiral will become much more obvious after 2 or 3 washes. Step 5. Read the care label, not the brand label. The care label. Cotton shrinks under heat. The composition affects how the garment behaves after every wash. A garment that requires specialist care to maintain its shape is not a premium product. It is a fragile one. And remember, heavier fabric does not automatically mean better. More expensive does not automatically mean stronger. Construction, composition, and consistency are the 3 things that matter. Not the logo stitched inside the collar. 7 brands. 7 versions of the same story. The gap between how premium a label wants to look and how premium the product actually is. H&M, a quality lottery. Forever 21. Speed before substance. ASOS Design. The photography is the product. Pretty Little Thing. A luxury rebrand without a luxury product. Boohoo Man. The discount is the deception. Zara. The most convincing fast fashion ever made. And Shein. The widest gap between image and reality in fashion today. Now I want to hear from you. Which brand on this list has disappointed you the most? And is there a t-shirt you own, from any brand at any price, that has lasted years beyond what you expected? Drop it in the comments, because your experience is exactly what this community is built on. Subscribe to the Label Vault. Every week we go behind the label, behind the logo, behind the campaign, and show you what the brand does not put in the advertisement.